Hi everybody, my name is Nancy. Welcome to this health coaching session this afternoon. It's been a long time since I've been live. Really nice to see you guys again. Thank you so much for joining me. And today, speaking of being off for over a week now, it's nice to be back to be live with you guys and be getting back on track with certain things. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. So if you're finding yourself like getting off track or like not following through with the promises, your goals, anything that you set out for yourself, whether it's that day or that week, first of all, I don't want you to beat yourself up over it. It's actually a good thing that you fall off track once in a while, because if you are always on top of your nutrition or your exercise or your projects, your hobbies, all those things, you gotta take into consideration that perfection is an illusion. It's all about progress. Progress equals happiness. So when you fall off track, when you get off track, you need to ask yourself, okay, so what can I do to get myself back on track? And it's a really great way to recalibrate, bring back your focus, how to get back on track. Because it's like the number one thing that we tend to do when we fall off track, we do good for a certain period of time. Hi Karen, thanks so much for joining. So we do so well for a certain amount of time, and then say we go on an outing, we meet some friends, we tend to cheat with certain treats. If it's nutrition that's your goal, or let's say like your schedule is all out of place, and then you don't you haven't worked out in a couple of days, or maybe a week, whatever it is. The thing that you don't want to do is to beat yourself up over it or judge yourself or criticize yourself, because that gets in the way of what you can do to get back on track. So that's the thing that you don't want to do. You want to get back on track with a curious mindset. Like if you fell off the wagon, just use curiosity as opposed to judging yourself. Just like, okay, so how come I fell off, and how can I get back on? And just kind of like tune into that, saying, okay, was it just too busy? Was it a very stressful week? Did I prioritize other things more that week? And just ask yourself these questions and see what can you prioritize the next day or the following week, because it seems like every time we want to get back on track, it always starts on a Monday. So yeah, you can do that. But the three main things that you really want to focus on to help you get into that mindset, that headspace to get back on track. It's usually like the Monday. It's like, okay, tomorrow or Monday, it's time to get back on track. How do you get yourself to follow through? Because we all have those intentions, and we all want to be the best version of ourselves. And when that day comes around, sometimes we'll use some softeners, or sometimes we'll use certain excuses to okay the behavior of not following through, and then we feel guilty or shame or like unworthy, all those things. So for me, what works for me to help me follow through to get back on track is really think about the positive outcome, your gains of getting back on track. Like for me, it helps to maintain or manage my anxiety and to get myself in a great state of mind. That's my number one reason why I love working out first thing in the morning. I love eating healthy. It's like my certainty. I am certain that those things will provide me with energy, with the right mindset, and it'll just set that tone to the day. And then just if you do that consistently, then it just sets the tone to your everyday life, and that creates that type of life for yourself, whatever that looks like. And for me, if I don't follow through, because, you know, us humans, we always, you know, head towards what feels good, and we want to avoid pain as much as possible. So when you're, let's say, we'll pick like either nutrition or exercise, like working out first thing in the morning, or saying, okay, this week I want to eat healthy. You know, I spent the whole weekend eating not the right types of foods that help bless my body, all those things. So Monday I want to start fresh, I want to eat healthy, and I know that's going to like give me that energy, the confidence, and it'll increase my self-worth. Because believe it or not, if you, or when you take care of yourself, your body, your mind, and even your spirit, it boosts your self-worth and your confidence. Because in the back of your mind, you're like, okay, I am worth taking care of. So that's great. It's a great confidence booster. And so the thing that you want to, I lost my train of thought here. But the thing that you want to focus on is what's the positive gain? What is the positive outcome of the goal that you're setting yourself out? Like, you know, you're gonna be proud of yourself. It's gonna set the tone to your day if you're working out first thing in the morning, or if you're eating healthy again. It's gonna increase your confidence. It's gonna increase your self-worth. It's gonna give you that energy that you've been craving for. All those things. Just maybe even if you want to write it down, like journal, like make a list of all the positive outcomes that will be good for you when you get back on track. The second thing that will help you get back into the rhythm of things is to maybe break it down into bite-sized pieces. Because I'll take the projects that I'm working on, for example. So I have two online course that I'm taking. One is to become a certified nutritionist. I'm already a health coach, but I want to deepen my education so I can share more. I want to learn more so I can share more. And so I got that on the go. I have how to become an influencer online, so it's another course. And I'm in the process of creating, I already have the course, I already have my online course ready to go, but I'm putting it on I'm learning how to put it on a different platform. It's in my website, but I'm learning how to use a different platform. And so all these things, it's a lot all at once. And then, you know, taking the fact that, you know, I'm working a full-time job, I'm a full-time mom, all those things that are like everyday responsibilities. It's a lot when you look at the big picture. So what you can do is to break it down into bite-sized pieces. So you want to be like, okay, so today, actually that brings me to my next point, is to schedule it. So first thing in the morning, to get yourself back on track, whether it's working on your, you know, like self-education, or if it's working out, or if it's nutrition, meal prepping, whatever that looks like for you, what you want to do is you want to, first thing in the morning, you want to schedule what that day looks like. And when you schedule it at a certain time, then it's like locked in. But what you want to do is you don't want to lock in the big picture. You want to lock in what you can do that day. So what you want to do is, let's say, like for me this week, this is part of the reason why this live is about getting back on track, is because we were on vacation for 4 or 5 days. So like we were away, we were spending time with family, we weren't prioritizing you know, our workout, eating healthy, and all those things, which is okay, because you don't want to be perfect all the time, and you want actually, like, how can I say this? You almost want to get off track once in a while so you can get back, you can gain your focus. And anyway, so I'm losing my train of thought here. So what you want to do is that when you say, okay, I'm going to follow through, I want to get back on track, you want to write it down, and schedule it that day, what time, and what are you going to do that day. So like say like I was off for 4 or 5 days, so I'm not going to go full pin on my workouts. I'm going to ease back into it so I'm not super sore. So I'm going to say, okay, rather than doing 60 minutes, like a workout, 60-minute workout, I'm going to break it down to 30 minutes tomorrow morning, you know, or like today. Like let's say like first thing in the morning, you're writing your to-do list today. So okay, today I'm going to fit in a 30-minute leg and shoulder workout at 6:30 a.m. And then after that, I'm going to prep my meals for the day and make sure that, you know, they're healthy, and then that way they're ready to go. It's convenient. So when the day gets busy, then that way I have that to fall on, and I'm not setting myself to go grab something that doesn't necessarily serve my body. Things like that. So you really want to schedule it, because we are creatures of habit, and we love structure, and we love certainty. One of our human needs is certainty. And when we schedule our things, our day, like I have a daily planner here, actually, right here. So I write every single day what I need to do that day. Not every single day, but you know, ideally I write every single day in it, and then I write out what my day looks like, and then that way it is structured, it's locked in. It's gonna help me follow through, and also it's gonna give me that certainty that, like, I find when we have structure and routine, it gives us that sense of certainty, and where we're likely to feel safe. That's one of our human needs, actually. But if you're always like scheduling everything out, and then like everything is too structured, then it gets too repetitive, too boring, too predictable. So you also want to tap into your other human need, which is uncertainty. Because that's why falling off track is good for you, because it gives you a variety. So you're not bored, and you're not like restless, and like you need variety in your life. So that's why falling off track is not necessarily a bad thing. But don't wait too long to get back on, because sometimes it's going to be harder to motivate yourself to get back on track. So first thing to do, to recap, is to don't beat yourself up when you do fall off track. You know, take this falling off track with a grain of salt. You know, use curiosity as opposed to judging yourself and criticizing yourself. Just ask yourself these questions. Number 2, think of make a list of all the positive outcomes that's gonna happen when you get back on track. If it's health, if it's nutrition, if it's working out, you know, it's gonna generate energy, it's gonna lift your mood, it's going to put you in the right frame of mind, it's going to, you know, like help you lose weight if that's what you're looking for, it's gonna get you in shape, whatever it is. And number 2, you know, break it down into small pieces. Say, like, if you haven't worked out in a long time, I would say, you know, like, do like maybe 20-minute, 30-minute workout instead of a full hour. Or if it's nutrition, then maybe learn how to meal prep either the night before or the morning for that day instead of the whole week. You know, like kind of break it down, ease back into it, and then scheduling it. You know, like lock it down, lock it down in your calendar, and then that way it's easier to follow through. It gives you structure, it gives you certainty, and you're likely to get yourself in that mindset to getting back on track. So I hope this helps you guys. If you have any questions or comments before I let you guys go, feel free to ask me. Otherwise, I want to wish you guys a great Thursday, and we will see you guys tomorrow morning on our morning show, Rock and Nancy's Pit Stop, where we share a little bit of insight, a little bit of humor, and it's just so fun doing it. So 7:15 weekday mornings, we'll see you there. Have a great day. Cheers.